What's up, guys? It's Tim with the Gutter Growth Podcast. Today I got a special guest. I got Guy. Hopefully I said it right. Provenzano.
Yep, that's right.
What's up, brother? So me and Guy met together in at a gutter live in California a couple weeks ago. So how you doing today, man? Good?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. So you're like an OG in the game.
I've been doing it for a long time, but for whatever reason, I can't stick with one damn company. I keep having to rebuild these things.
Yeah, man. I know what you mean. So how long, what got you in the business? How long you been in?
I've been in it for about 15 years. I got sober back in 2013, 2012.
Okay.
And it was basically a get well job. And I was on the ladder for a little bit, putting nails and screws, or screws and wood, as you guys say. And I was doing it for a while, and then they offered me one more dollar raise, and they put me out in the field dealing with the customers. And that's where I found my fun. I had picked up enough to learn. And then ever since then, I've just been in front of the customers more so than anything else. And then communicating back to the guys.
Did you, are you from California?
I am from California, born and raised.
So you grew up in that area?
Yep.
Yeah.
I grew up in Arcadia. I'm down in the coastal now. I'm down in Huntington Beach.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice. That was the second time I was in California.
Well, and like I told you guys, you got to come further down south next time. LA's nice, but it's a lot different. It's more like Florida.
Yeah, it's kind of trippy when I'm in California because it feels like Florida, but then you see these mountains and it's like, no, it's not Florida.
Right. So I grew up in the mountains, like nestled into the mountains, kind of where we were a little bit further inland, Arcadia. And then I came down, my parents got separated, and I came down to Irvine when I was 15, and then I haven't left.
So have you been doing gutters in your particular area this whole time, or?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's always interesting going to different areas and checking out the gutters. Like I was over there and I seen 4-inch gutters. I've never seen 4-inch gutters. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Well, and for us, we see you guys rolling out these 7 and 8s, and we don't see that ever unless you're on a commercial building.
Yeah. And then you were saying that you do a lot of flat face.
Yeah.
Is that like the number one thing you're doing, or what's the market like there?
So the OG machine, what I've been experiencing actually is the straight face, fascia, whatever you want to call it. The one we use out here isn't like the one that they use up north. It's got the smaller basin and the bigger face with a little bit of a lip. It's just regular. It's the OG profile without the crown, without the K. It's just same size, same everything. The 5-6 combo for that does everything. 5-inch OG is more so like a maintenance machine for us, apartment complexes and stuff like that. And then lately, ever since the price of copper went up, we've been getting bombarded with freaking copper half round. I can't say I understand it, but
since the price went up.
Yeah. And last month was the second post office that we did, and they're tearing off relatively newly installed 6-inch half round aluminum and putting all brand new copper valley metal, fascia, flashing, gutter, downspout, whatever.
What type of roof is it?
It's the Ludowici clay tile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess they just want copper.
They just want copper. Well, the government buildings, I could almost understand when the price goes through the roof, they're just stockpiling it. That's what I think. I mean, I can't explain it any other way. It's tariff to shit, and then everybody wants to buy it. It's weird.
It is funny you say that, because it seemed like before I sold my business, it was like around that COVID time, and the prices were going up, but I just started selling more and more and more copper.
Yeah, for real. And then
it's like it made no difference.
I was texting you guys the other day. We had a client. She's building her New Jersey cottage, and she wants custom smooth round downspouts.
Those are nice.
Bro, I learned that way back in the beginning. We did a project down in Newport Beach, and it took us forever. And the first round, I had sent the offsets off to Johnny with Atlas sheet metal, and I wasn't happy with the product that came back, and neither was she. And I'm like, okay. So
it's hard finding people that can do that.
Yeah. So yesterday it was raining like crazy here, but she's got this alcove like patio that she built. So we were just in there in the rain, just cutting them and soldering them all together right there on site. It was pretty cool.
How did you get so good at that?
Trying a lot and wasting a lot of material. It's with the seams, it's a little bit easier because where you're cutting, you could roll it right on the guardrail, but she wanted no seam. So I'm working with 3-inch round smooth that doesn't have any markings or anything. And you gotta just cut, pray. What was my trick this time was normally you're using either C clamps or vice grips or whatever, just to kind of hold in place. And Tyler was going to Home Depot. I said, you know what, bro? Give me some of them fucking leather cattle rancher gloves that could take some heat. So we were able to get a lot closer and tighter and hold it tight.
So you're able to hold it, not worry about getting burned.
Yep. And not getting hot either. Yeah, exactly.
So if you guys that don't understand what we're talking about, he had a 3-inch copper round downspout with no elbows. And he was, mitering all the joints together to make it seamless. It was mint. It wasn't sloppy at all.
We'll tag Gutter Growth when we post that final. I still got to do her chimney cap and a couple other things and a living wall. She wants copper all over her house, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, man. I think you're utilizing those pictures, maybe put it on your website and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
That's one thing I did to get into more copper work before I sold. I had, like, if you looked at my website, I took off all the K style, just the basic gutters, and everything on there was either copper or half round or some type of commercial box gutter or custom gutter. And it started to attract more of that crowd because when they came to my website, like, this is what this guy does.
Well, and a lot of people don't know that there's access to anything but K-style. Like, they really don't know. They have no idea. And
they don't have the visuals.
And I don't, obviously, if you're out selling gutters and you don't have the other machines, you don't want to pay a run out fee or whatever, you're going to sell them K-style.
Yeah. How much half round is out there?
It's starting to pick up a lot more. So we always used to get it on the S-tile. We get it on the some apartment complexes, but it's been going a lot more lately. It was definitely a wave. There's a machine for sale. It's an old job site machine, but it's been gone through by KWM at my material warehouse. And it's like, I don't want to buy it because I don't use it that much. But then, like, 2 more of these post office contracts,
they pay for it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense not to buy it. It's crazy.
I tell you what, though, those half round machines hold their value. It's like, you're not going to buy it half round, especially if you buy it used. You'll never lose $1 on it.
No.
Because you're probably already buying it a little bit cheaper than what it was new. And it's like, that's probably going to be the same price it's going to sell for 5 years from now.
Well, and they're charging me anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to do a run out. So, 10 of those, and you already paid for the machine without even counting the profit on the gutter job.
Yeah. I think it's worth it. But yeah, it was interesting driving out there, seeing all the flat face and all the 4-inch gutters. Is anyone actually running 4-inch, or is that those just really old jobs?
No, that's Home Depot with the little slide together, like strip miters, but they're strip joints. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I wonder what coil that's made off of. Like 9 inch?
I think it's a 9 inch.
Is it?
Yeah. We stay right in 11 and 7/8, 15 inch. That's it. There's not a lot. We just did a Walmart though, and they were going off of Michigan standards or something, but it was a 11 by 11 by 11 type B straight basin with 8 by 8 downspouts, just
Yeah.
a way out. But we don't get a lot of the big stuff out here.
Okay. So yeah, there's so when customers call out there, what are they calling for? Is it just I just noticed like everyone's doing something different out there. There's some guys that are only doing this or only doing that. Are customers calling asking for specific profiles, or you just kind of go out there pitching what you want?
You get a little bit of both. So what I've learned over the years, at least here in California, Tim, is you have the contractors. They don't care. They call when the job's done. It'll be July. It doesn't matter. You've got the people that are, they budget their lives and they know what they want to do and they're fixing up their houses. They'll start calling right there around that, August, September. And then unfortunately, the people that, don't call until they have a problem or notice an issue, and they didn't budget for it or whatever, and they're always calling at Thanksgiving, Christmas, when it's going to be more expensive anyway. So it's a fun market. We've been blessed enough to, with the property management contracts we have, to stay busy. But usually when clients call, they just want to get an estimate, get out in front, which for guys like you and I, that's the benefit. I'd rather be out in front of you. That's where our goal is. But not a lot of people. Half round is more known. People know about half round. But lately it's with the half round, it's been external bracket. I mean, the whole shebang, and, but basically most of the time, honestly, in California, people are pretty much just calling for gutters. They just want gutters. Because again, they don't know there's different options.
Is there a lot of internal hangers out there in the half round?
Internal all the time. All right.
All the time.
Internal. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. As we were talking about half round machines, yes, they hold their value, but over time, depending on what you're working with, they go from a 6-inch half round to like a 7-inch, just coming out of the machine. So what we've learned is if we're doing aluminum or copper that's not in external brackets, I go with spike and ferrule just because it's a better hang. It's a straighter shot. And I'm going to talk with you and Grant and the guys over time. I can't find a good internal hanger that works flush with the way the half round's supposed to sit without having that little, down the line bumpy wave.
Classic has a good one now that they made.
It clicks
kind
right
of like
into
it's not I guess it's like a plastic, but it's not plastic. I can't remember the name of the material. It's pretty stout, and it's got a badass wedge you could put on it too that clamps on the back of it, so you could have the wedge on it and walk it up.
Okay.
And it's like almost 3 inches thick, like as far as like the width.
Oh,
so yeah, it's a fairly new product. I went out to Classic a few weeks ago. I don't know if you've seen that podcast, but me and Grant went out there to see Augustine. That guy's like a mad scientist, man. Great.
Oh yeah, I did see that one. Grant was super impressed with the
out those he's just sitting there inventing shit all day. But those hangers were pretty impressive. I know Jeffrey Cope sells it for him, and I believe you can just buy it from him direct. But believe it or not, man, 23 years now in the industry, I've only done 2 half round jobs that were internals.
Okay,
it's just no one wants it here in Florida. It's just everyone wants that external hanger look.
Yep.
Which I liked it too, because I had one of the only, there was 6 KWM half round machines made in 8-inch, and then they discontinued them. So they only made 6 and that was it. I had one of them, but I'm assuming why they didn't keep making it is because the machine was a pain in the ass. Right. Like you said, it would want to open up. Right. Mm-hmm. And so that was a great thing about it, internal or externals, is it would just pull it back together.
Yep.
So that's what I did. Open up a little bit, you put the externals on, and boom, it's perfect form again.
Chalk a line and keep it moving. What I'm learning, the post offices are cool because we're in the whole build. So we're doing the drip metal, we're doing everything. So I'm able to offset that drip metal because it's got that little hook in the back.
Yeah.
And run into a little bit of issues. You got to trim people's flashing and stuff like that, and then kind of build a little dam back over it. But Yeah, there's nothing like chalking a line, setting some brackets, and just drop a gutter in. You know.
So you're going to do the drip edge and everything on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's extra money, right? And that's all
Oh,
copper.
yeah.
Yeah.
All everything's copper. The plans, though, man, they're big on the plans. It's government work. I'll never understand to this
Their
day.
plans
So,
suck.
oh my God, we tore off everything and we did a primer, a peel and stick, right? And then comes all of our metal. And the drip edge is a 4-inch by a 2-inch with a 1/4-inch kick, and it's lined out perfectly. And the plans call for 2-inch on center alternating copper nails through the entire drip edge. I'm like, why would you cover the roof and then poke 900 holes back in it? It makes no sense, but whatever.
And do they make you stick to that plan? Because I've done jobs where they've let me deviate from it.
So the what was cool is when we got the first bid, they were calling for what was it? External brackets every 3 feet on center, but internal brackets every alternating 16. And I was like, guys, this doesn't make any sense. I said, why don't we just do external brackets 2 feet on center, and you don't need internal brackets? And I got that signed off. But the drip metal, for whatever reason,
They're dead set on it.
they're dead set, and it pains us to do it. You know what I mean? You got to go buy $1,000 worth of copper nails to go blast through the
I'm
flat.
sure you've worked for plenty of engineers before, right?
Yep. Yeah. We did one out on San Clemente Island. It had to be wind storm rated up to 140-mile gusts. So we had to get it.
How did you prove that?
We had an architecture. Yeah, and an engineer literally test it. And I bullshit you not, Tim. I don't care what hits that Army base or Navy base, whatever it was. The only thing standing is those gutters, dude. They take the whole building and that gutter will be in place. We did it 16 on center, in and out.
I'd be interested to know what the wind rating is on Alurex, because that's a product that I could see making a gutter super strong like that.
Well, and I just bid Alurex for the DMV out in El Cajon.
You did?
Yeah. So they had me go look at it, and it just full of leaves, downspouts, everything full of leaves, and it's like nestled in full of trees. And so I bid the Alurex system because obviously, like you said, we were just out there with you, and we met with Robert and the guys, and I got a little piece of it sitting in my garage as a promo kit. So you're gonna save a couple bucks there, but that's the one thing with the government. The bidding process takes a little bit longer, but
yeah.
That I haven't got to use it yet, but I have talked with Robert, and I'm almost trying to. I have doing a couple gutter jobs for family, and I'm almost like, let me throw it in and get the rep out so we can get certified on it, so that way we can sell that product.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's strong as shit. But it was made in Canada, so it's made for that, all that heavy snow and all that weight that they have.
Yeah.
You guys don't get snow there, do you?
No, not. And so when you look at our installs, we're internal hangers every 4 feet, and for you guys, that's crazy. You guys are like 2 or 3 at most, and it's just
2 to 3. Some guys are. I'd say Florida's like in between 2 or 3, but you're gonna get people to do whatever they want to do.
Right, and not ever have I seen one of the systems I put up fail due to.
You guys just don't get as heavy of a rain, I think.
Talk about it now. As you know, what's gone on with me, and I'm rebuilding one more time. I haven't marketed at all this go around. I just went to the summit. I got hyped up with you guys, and then put in the order for the trailer, and just God's literally been blessing us. But it's been pouring for the last 2 days. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days, and we get a break, and it's about to rain for 4 more days. And I'm like, whatever.
Is this rainy season for you there?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's winter time for us. So yeah, I mean, but California hasn't seen rain like this in a minute.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around how you guys were busy as shit in December and January, and how is this your busy season? Because it's so opposite from like the whole East Side, even the Midwest. It's completely opposite. Like these guys are all hurt, and then December, January, but you guys are like, that's boom, your booming season.
Yeah, June, July, and August
is it rain causing that, or
Well, rain, winter, that's the people gearing. To be honest, Tim, I do not know how I have sold $1 million in gutters in California successfully for the last 13 years. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense. I am just grateful that Gutters has come so far and we do pretty good work that we are buttoning up the look of the house, in my genuine opinion. Aside from, protecting the fascia and getting the water away from all the walkways and doorways and windows, I believe it buttons it up. It gives it a nice,
It does.
a nice trim. And that's why we stick more with the fascia gutter, because it kind of just looks like a trim to the house, like 5-inch OG 2x3 corrugated. I rarely sell. It's either I'm replacing something and I got to match the rest of the model, or like I said, it's like maintenance or something like that. But you can pick those.
Personally, what's your favorite gutters? Are you selling the flat face because you like it more?
I love that gutter.
You love it.
It's great to work with. I love the way it looks. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Cuts, crews, it just, for all intents and purposes, it's just an easier gutter to work with. And it looks better than, unless you're going with the full blown copper brackets, half round, all the things. But I hate that gutter.
What, half round?
Yeah, I don't like the 3-inch outlets. I don't like shimmying and cutting bevel. I just don't like it. It's just so much going on. It's clean when you're done. It looks great, but it's a pain in the ass.
It's definitely harder to install than case style.
Even the miters, you got angle, you got straight face. You cut down the back, cut across, just follow the line. You know what I mean? But half round, depending how you're cutting, you got to make sure you got the same thing. You almost got to bracket it in or put a hanger in it, because your miters will come up different. And it's challenging, right? Nobody loves what's challenging, but we push through it anyways.
Are most guys hand cutting out there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now OG, they'll step away from it.
On OG, they will.
OG, they'll step away from it, because again,
is that just because of the curve?
It's you got to cut your little tab, your release tabs, and you got to mend it back in there. I learned with an OG who cut so much different than anything I've ever seen, because what I noticed is people cut their tabs and they're kind of thick. So when you bend them back in, once you got your miter together, it kind of creates those little bumps. He used to literally fray it like
a real clean.
Yeah, so when you push it back in, it literally mends back in. But like I told you, I'm not selling 5-inch OG on top-notch jobs, so we're already here. You might as well take a strip miter. Commercial. What's the big deal? Yeah, exactly. Commercial.
Yeah.
And commercial, whether it's carports or apartments or stuff like that, I like the strip miter idea better, for the simple fact that if someone smacks a piece, I can get out of it with the strip miter, versus if I got a hand cut miter and I need to replace a section, those don't come apart as easy.
I'm completely not against it. Honestly, I think it's easier as far as like recruiting and training people how to install. I think it's easier and more uniform, but the problem is it depends on regions. Like I'm in an area that like literally there's not one single company that does not hand miter. So like if you don't do it, now it's just like, why aren't you doing what they're doing? And then you're going to get those questions all the time. So, a lot of it's regional, what I think you should do. But I think ideally, that strip miters is the most ideal, because you can get your crew doing all uniform work. Right.
And and it's easier to teach guys. But you guys also do primarily OG gutter.
We do. I mean, I didn't. I mean, I got into, before I sold my company, I had pretty much most of the machines. I had 6, 7, 8-inch case style. I had 6-inch Euro box, 6-inch standard box. I had 6-inch half round, 8-inch half round. I did I had the D style 7-inch.
Okay.
And then slanted face. So I mean,
well, pretty much all of those you're hand cutting. There's no miters for any other gutter but OG and half.
We hand cut everything. But do they make hand cut miters for the slanted face?
Nope.
I mean, do they make strip miters? I mean, they don't.
Nope.
So you have to. It's an easy one to do it to, though.
I mean, you could literally make it out of coil yourself if you wanted to. Like if you ran into a situation, because it's just a straight cut.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it bigger to accompany for anything. It's just it's a bigger cut.
The easiest ones to miter is those Euro boxes.
Yeah, it's like cutting a piece of wood.
Speed square,
Yeah. So the angle face is pretty much like that, but you got a little bit of an angle to it. And the rule of thumb is you use the speed square for the back and speed square for the bottom, and you use the template for the face. Yeah. So that you get that little extra 1/8 of an inch so you don't cut and get your hole in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. So what? It's been like 15 years in the business, you said?
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've
What
seen
did
it
you
all.
do before that?
I was in, well, funny story. No, I was in real estate for a long time, but I spent some time fresh out of high school in prison in Brazil for a
Yeah.
while.
In Brazil.
Yes. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is that a lot different?
Different to anything anybody here would know unless you've been to jail in Mexico or something like that. It's a third
Yeah.
world country. It's,
It's not a nice jail, is what you're saying.
no.
Yeah.
Funny story, off topic, but Netflix has that series like the world's worst prisons or whatever, and I watch it. I'm like, damn, I wasn't that far off. I'm like, everything's cement, it's showering out of a bucket, they roll your food in on a cart, like, it's just third world. To them it's normal. To us it wasn't, but they treated us well. We got out.
Did you live in Brazil for a little bit?
Only inside.
Oh, only inside. Okay.
Yeah, but my release date, it was back in '97 when I got released. So my release date, we didn't have internets and all those things quite ramped up. So my plane ticket was 2 weeks after my release date. So my lawyer and her daughters took me down to a beach, and I got to live there for 2 weeks. And I was gringo, blonde hair, blue eyes, spoke the language. It was a good time. Anyways, after that, I came home and I got involved in the mortgage industry, real estate. Right up until the loan mods. I can't say that I wasn't a part of the Big Short.
Yeah.
It was the Wild Wild West back then. With it was licensing. It was none of that. It was just
they're giving everyone money.
Yeah. And then the loan mods came out, and I took payments from a couple of people that were friends of mine, and then realized very quickly that there wasn't shit happening with those. They weren't doing anything for you, and when I started to merge out and I got involved in field service work, because I've sold cars, I've sold drugs, I've sold all the things, right? And I finally wanted something I could sell and stand behind and feel good about and not lose sleep over, It's
an honest business.
It's an honest business, It's an honest business. You work for it. Hopefully put out a good product and people are happy with the way it looks when you're done. That's the best we can do. It's better than anything I've ever sold.
Are you still spiking or just half round now, man?
No, only on spike. No, I haven't taken this. When I first got in this game, that's what they were doing. Everybody was spiking ferrule. And the philosophy of training someone to swing a 20 ounce hammer at an aluminum gutter does not make a ton of sense to me. And I actually found the internal hangers, and I was like, and my partner at the time was like, "Well, they're like $1 a piece, bro." Like, gutter, you know what I mean? Like, you know how much gutter you gotta take off because people smack the shit out of it. And then ever since then, for a while when we went to the angle face, straight face, but it was still the rounded OG, 5-inch hangers. You had to be kind of careful because it puts those little divots in the front.
Yeah.
But now everybody started finally doing that squared off, nice little. But that's all we use. We get those. We buy them in bulk from Raytech or whoever, just because that's all we use.
The first 10 years in the business, I did all spikes.
That's all it was.
First solid 10 years, yeah. And then I resisted switching over for like a year or two. Like as everyone was doing it, I'm like, it's junk. Finally, I'm like, this isn't junk.
And then you watch it and you're like, what am I doing?
There was like 2 years where I was winning sales by talking people out of hangers. Like, what the hell was I doing?
Yeah, you don't want those. And that's another thing, because we are like you guys, we're saltwater, out here. So with the spike and ferrule, it's a nail and it's got the little fish gills on it, and that's all that's holding it in there, So over time, those will release quicker than your hangers will.
No doubt. Yeah, the hangers aren't backing out like that.
No.
Huh. Yeah, no, it's funny how much the industry's changed since I've been in it. Like, just everything. It's a completely different world. We were looking up, how to get the jobs in a map. Like, there was no GPS. We're sitting here mapping everything, and it's completely different.
Right. Well, so when I started down here, there was 6 gutter companies, and then a couple of trucks in a truck would advertise on Penny Saver. Penny Saver went away, and now there's even me trying to get the new business on the Google and the listing and all the things. I'm sticking to my guns. I want to do it out of the house because that's actually the neighbor, that's the vicinity that I want. So they're giving me a hard time, but get a logo printed for the trucks, get some business cards, and I should be able to get it passed. And then our shop is up the street in Westminster, which is like 10 minutes from here. So it's going to hopefully let me triangulate that, but there's not a whole lot of gutter installers in actual Huntington Beach, but in South County and Orange County in general, it's quadrupled since I started.
So it's going to be easy for you to dominate that little small area.
I'm hoping so. Yeah. Well, and I've been here for 15 years, people know me around here, so, the good news is with all the companies is I've kept my same marketing guy.
Yep.
So everyone that's shut down, we've kept the traction, so I still get leads from the original company that I was at, which was out of the gutter. It's fun. It's like anything else. Are you good at what you do, and how bad do you want it?
Yeah. It's a game to me. Just like I like to play it.
Right. And I have two guys that are with me all the time, no matter what, and they're not employee mentality. They're partner mentality,
Yeah.
So that's what I had a lot of difficulty with. A lot of the guys were good and do all of the custom cuts and stuff. They get entitled and they get bougie, and they don't want to work, or they don't want to get the material ready or clean up after the job site, and it just creates bad work environment all the way around.
It's hard to keep a good gutter guy humble.
Oh yeah. They're counting, everything's by foot, so they're counting, they're looking at what they're getting paid, and they think we're taking everything else on top, and I'm like, it doesn't work like that. But
yeah,
think what you want.
That's why I'm not against getting them involved in the actual numbers. I'm really not against it, because then they understand.
Yeah. Well, see, due to your guys' advice, I'm doing this one on Jobber, and
Okay.
And I'm doing it like Jobber suggests. You go buy something, you take a picture of the receipt, put it on that file, put it on that job, and clock in your hours and all the thing. Like you said, it keeps everybody involved, and there's no need to have them in the dark. It doesn't benefit anything.
No, and it's because if they're not involved, then they're left up to their imagination. Oh, this guy's making a killing. I'm not, When in all reality, I mean, they're making about as much as you are. It's really a partnership. You get someone on 20%, you got a truck making 20% of the revenue, and then you got material, and then all the other stuff you're doing. I mean, you're not making much more. So it's a real partnership, and once they understand that, and they're involved in it.
Well, and what a lot of times they get stuck in is you get that check and you get to go home with it. Sure, we make that money, but we literally have to take a lion's share of it and put it right back into the machine. And that is the one thing that people do not understand about rain gutters is what it takes to feed that beast. Every time you put that last downspout up, you better go get two more. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta get a lot of jobs, a lot of doors to keep busy in the residential side of it. And over the past 2 years, I've started migrating over. I don't ever want to make a full swap because of the delayed payments on the public works and the commercial and the government side, like you and I were talking about. But like these post offices, and then it's not even fair. And it's not even fair. You're working for someone who gets a call at the end of the year, and they're like, "Whoa, we better spend $8 million or we don't get it next year." You know what I mean? And
yeah.
All right, let's spend it for sure.
That's literally how they look at it too.
It really is.
Yeah.
The last half round system we took down, nice weather bronze, 6-inch half round, 3-inch round downspouts. Tim, this system wasn't 8 months old, and we ripped it right off. It tore the whole roof back.
It was probably seriously, legitly, they had to spend money. What can we spend it on? Oh, copper gutters will look beautiful.
Oh, Trump just tariffed the shit out of this copper. Let's get some. Okay, whatever. Let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. And it's fun to figure that stuff out. I like working it. And they were building while we were there, as I mentioned in my past. They were building the Department of Justice head office in the back of it, because the post office in Orange is like a super center. Yeah. And they have the eagle with the Department of Justice. I'm under there taking pictures. Just the irony. And that's what I've loved so much about gutters. Is like I said, it gets me dealing with people, and it gives me a sense of pride. It gives me a sense of I'm doing something decent out there. I'm not just shaking people down. We give discounts to the old ladies when I used to sell them loans that were gonna bite them right in the ass. It's just it's helped me change into a better person.
I always liked the challenge behind it. I liked installing. I mean, I don't want to be out there now, but I liked it like for many years, and I think I just liked the challenge of getting better and better. And you'd see something crazy, like some corner that was like this, you know what I mean? And then you start to master these like crazy. There's just always challenges. So I think that's what I liked about it.
Well, and for me, like I said, I think I did honest installs. The guy that brought me on left relatively quickly afterwards, and then Rich called me and he's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "To take care of this." And I was like, "Sure. I've been here 3 weeks, dude. What do you mean?" Well, he sent me. I'll never forget this man. Bismar was his name. He was a Hispanic dude from Mexico, family in Mexico. Just an old school G. Just taught me so much. He would cut the miters with the chop and just lay. Everything was just beautiful. So I learned a lot with him.
Yeah.
But just like you, it's harder to teach what we do than it is to teach installation. So I figured I was more valuable out in the field, out in front of customers, out drumming up business, versus trying to train the next guy, to get up on the ladder. My new model is I want them at 23, 24 years old, and I don't want you to have a damn bit of experience. I don't want to fight your ways. I'm set in my ways with how I like the installs to be done, and I like to be able to train guys now. It works.
That's what made me good. I started at 18, and here in the Christmas light business, I know that you dabble into that too. I've been hiring young guys, and they've been working good. I don't want to hear this shit that the younger generations don't know how to work. They do. They do. You just got to get the right guy. There's plenty of them out there. They're young and they're capable.
Yeah, my daughter is part of the generation that does not want to work, but that's beside the
point. She's really on that side.
Yeah. I got a call yesterday, and we were just doing mellow. Kaylin had to work at the bar, and it was just a mellow night. And I got a call at like 11 o'clock. She's like, "Dad, I need ping pong balls and Tito's." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "I'll be right there, honey. You're responsible. You're calling me from a house. You don't want to drive. Like, I'll be right there."
Yeah.
So, and this, the gutter business has given me that life back too. I was obviously away from her for some time due to my choices. It's just this 2026 is something new. I can just feel it. It's finally free. I'm finally free, I believe, to do this the way I want to do it. I'm surrounded by a group of guys. I was blessed with a couple partners that had the contractor's license with the government contracts already set in stone. The other one had the money. Tyler has the brains, and then Tyler, who you met out in Encino with us. Tyler is a beast running the field, just an animal. He's up at 5 in the morning, truck situated, get material. He takes it personal, and it's hard to find stuff like that. But this year's going to be good. Plus, I'm tuned in with you guys. We're going to get on the.
They're going to blow up this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something. I
like the new year. It's just like a fresh start. It's what I like about it is that it gives you times to record things. Like you can look back and see where you were the year before, and now you're here, and then you can do it all over again.
Well, and I legitimately had no choice. Like November 15th, Christmas lights. You understand Christmas lights, so completely off topic. But let's just have some fun. So the owner, my partner in the business, who told me when we started the gutter business that Christmas lights was a part of it. I inherited a straight dumpster fire. It was $200 jobs. It was ridiculous. Yeah. So I spent the last 3 years building a $1.5 million a year gutter business and fine tuning this Christmas light business. Long story short, it's November 15th. I get a call from my partner that we got to go to his sister's house and install lights. This is the day after I just got the memo, 2.5 inches of rain in California tomorrow in our area, right? So I sent him the weather app, like, hey, 2.5 inches a lot for California, bro. His sister lives in Corona, which is the equivalent of like an hour away. He was supposed to meet us out there to put the outlet in. Well, apparently, and I only found this out afterwards, the day before, he fell off the wagon again, started drinking, was in a bad mood, whatever, lost a business deal. I don't know what it was, but he didn't show up. So
Okay.
I met the guys out there. We're out there in the rain, bulbing lights plugged in because you got to make sure they work, right? Tyler's up on the roof. Ozzy's holding the ladder so Tyler can hold onto the ladder. Just completely not OSHA anything, right? And we finished up. We didn't have a plug. Sure, I was kind of being a dick at that point. I'm like, I'm not even trying to figure it out. The lights are up, the lights are on, the lights work. You figure out where you want to plug it into. And I go to leave to come home, and I get a text from his chick. And she's like, oh, the wind yesterday, you know, the front lights on our house came down. I'm like, honey, it's a 25-foot tall standing seam metal roof. It's raining. We cannot do that today. And I came home with him and I took a nap. And I woke up to some texts. Again, I've explained my past and some certain words were used, you know, and it's just like, okay, well, that's not going to fly. So November 15th was just, bam, what are we going to do? I sat in my shit for about a day and then I just got after it. So I haven't had a lot of time to reflect because we've been building this whole thing. But like I said, you guys showed up in Encino. It just, all of the right fire moves were there. So I just knew, and I'm bringing Christmas lights into this business as well. That's a no-brainer.
Dude, I did $600,000 this season.
That's amazing.
Third season.
Yeah, it's doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
It's super doable, you know. The problem that I was having is that I can only rely on my guys, and the employees that they had used for Christmas light prior were cash paid, felony records, high, working till midnight, just all the worst shit ever, you know. And I'm like, I don't want. That's not a business model. That's just a dash for cash. And but I'm definitely, you know, yard signs, Angie's. I saw your post about Angie's for Christmas lights, and you're right. I would. Oh,
it's crazy.
Normal, but yeah. I could see how it might work because
I mean, you got to think, man, it's a repeat business, right? And I can't say I've mastered everything. And I'm 3 years in, I've definitely mastered being I could sell 300,000 of new work every year. I've mastered that. I haven't mastered retention yet because it's been the first 2 years were both 60% retention rate. Which, I don't know. I'm high price, so maybe that's normal, but I don't like it. So I'm doing some things to change it this year. But the thing is, man, is like, even if it's only, and it's going to be more than that, but even if it's only 60% that comes back, you know, even if you overpaid the first year, you're making more money on that customer. Like, you're growing your business. And so for me, it was like, if I only I did the math, it was actually the $6,000 will actually give me 270 leads. I was wrong on the 220, but there might not be even that many leads that exist. But if there was, and I get 5% of them, that's it. That's like 14 jobs. With an average ticket price of $3,300, that's bringing in $44,000.
Yeah,
off of $4,000, and then I'm going to get half of them, at least half of them, to come back the next year and the next year.
Yep.
So to me, it was like a no-brainer.
I'm like you with that kind of stuff. Anytime we stop and pause or try a different marketing, I personally take it to like, okay, so we just like getting ramped up right now because I mean I don't have my shirt, I don't have nothing, you know. So I did plain old yard signs, rain gutters, installation.
The yard signs work great for lights.
Paid $1,000 and I already got $1,000 back and I still got like 500 yard signs, you know. So it's fun, but I can say that you guys fired up a whole nother side that I wasn't even paying attention to. You know, I'm not aggressive, I'm not a hard sale guy, but now my new motto is the Tim Crouch Plus. You know what I mean? Like, what's up? We should schedule a date. Let's get the deposit on file. I'm not chasing you around for this, you know, because at any given time I had due bills residentially of, you know, $75,000, $100,000, and that's not good.
Nope.
What are you doing this year besides taking over the world?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just refining things, man. Like, you know, this season I wasn't thrilled just because last year I did $500,000 and this year it was only 100,000 more. Right. The reason why I wasn't thrilled is because I had 300,000 plus in new sales. So I'm just really pissed about my retention rate. So what I'm doing this year is I'm going to change it to like a $79 or a $97 deposit to go ahead and get on next year's schedule.
Okay.
Because what I was doing previously was asking for a 50% deposit, and I wasn't asking until July. So like now I'm asking now, and I'm asking for a lot less.
Right.
And I've already had like 30 people rebook. I
Oh,
haven't
you were
really
asking basically back to back, taking the lights down. You were asking for a deposit.
Well, now I am. Well, last year I didn't ask at all. So last year I was just taking them down, and the year before I didn't ask at all. So the first 2 years I didn't ask at all. I just, scheduled the takedowns, took it down. Then I started to re-engage with them in July and doing a Christmas in July promotion.
Okay.
I'm not saying it didn't work. I mean, I brought 60% of people back. I had probably had 20 customers in July give me 50% deposits. Not a whole lot. I've already got more than 20 booked. Like last July, I had 20 booked, and now it's December, and I got like 30 booked. And I haven't even scheduled all the takedowns. So my office manager scheduled some for next week, but she's getting back. She's on a cruise. She went on a little cruise. When she gets back, she's going to be asking for the sale as she's scheduling these takedowns. So I should have a hell of a lot more booked next year than I do this year.
Okay.
Because 2 years in a row, I've sold over 300,000 in new work. So I know I could do that. My marketing system and my sales system is perfected. I just can't keep losing customers at 40% of what I'm building. So hopefully this changes things. And then next year, I'll definitely I might sell 400,000 next year.
Well, and you have wiggle room at your price ticket if you wanted to. You could work on some if you determine pricing is the issue twice in a row or whatever. You got a little bit of wiggle room once you already got all the lights on their house. I mean, obviously, but
I don't think it's pricing. I think that waiting 6 months, that some of them forget me, and then they just might not get my emails when I'm sending it out, and so then because I've had people, like I'm sure you have too. It's like someone will schedule an estimate with you, and they just don't remember who they used last year.
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
All the times. And so I'm sure that's happened to me. Even though I've sent them emails and sent them texts, I'm sure it still slips through the crack, and there's a ton of them that just forget about me. So if I'm not asking now why I'm top of mind, I think I'm making a mistake. So that's a little shift I'm making.
Well, I think $96, $97, they noticed that payment. They know they've already started to pay for their Christmas lights. And
yeah, that now they're locked in. They're not worried about next year. It's just boom, they don't have, and so that's a shift I'm making. But that's life, right? It's we don't know shit when we're born, and it's just a total like fail, fix it, fail, fix it.
Yep.
You got to keep a good spirit throughout it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
My motto is God never takes a day off, so whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a ride,
Yeah, it's definitely a ride. It's definitely.
But honestly, man, a start over point. It sucks sometimes, but honestly, man, it's a good point to be at because you could do everything. You could take everything you learned in the past and screwed up and completely rebuild it. And like, this is how I'm doing it. And it's a lot easier to build something right from the beginning than it is to go back and have to keep changing and fixing. And, so if you're starting over right now, I think it's a good point to build everything right. And just, you probably blow up twice as much as you ever have now.
Well, so I've always been able to run it right there at 20 grand a week, 20, 25. When the commercial kicks in, it gets a little better. And like I said, no marketing, no trailer, no machine, no nothing. In 35 days, we did 42 grand.
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
That's just like, just people calling my phone and stuff like that. Because I've kept my phone. I've never had all these entities that I've helped build or built myself for someone else. I've always kept my phone. I always kept my phone. So the contact's running, and then blessings again, it's raining, and I have a contractor that does work on all the numbered streets, which is like water in Huntington. And he called me yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to meet me over at these 2 properties back to back." And he's like, "I want to start doing aluminum clad fascia on all of them." And he's got like 42 projects in the works right now, and they all come out in 2s. So the first one I did was like 340 feet aluminum clad fascia. We just pay the material house to print that stuff out, and you go stick it up there.
It's easy work.
Super easy. And
I didn't get a lot into it, but I did a couple. One of the largest jobs I did, I think it was like a $250,000 job. That's what got me the job because I was willing to do some soffit and fascia repair. you know.
Well, I got a fun one. Then if we land it, we'll fly you guys out here to participate. I don't know, but I'm sure you've heard of Pachanga.
I want to go to California again, so I'll take you there.
Have you heard of Pachanga Resort
No.
Casino? Pachanga. Okay, so it's a huge casino out here.
Okay.
All their valets are copper standing seam roof, and they're leaking. And I got in a bid. Yeah, I've got a bid in right now to replace them.
I'd imagine how much a copper roof is, man, because copper gutters are so expensive, and you get a copper roof, it's just so much more material.
Well, and it's all built-in inlaid gutter system.
Yeah.
I want to look at it, so it's like, dude, it's pretty cool. It's like standing seam, and then there's a void that is your gutter, but then they put a standing seam fascia on it too, like a drop-down fascia. So from the ground, it just looks like a standing seam roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that in, and then they're supposed to get back to us in the beginning of the year.
I want me a copper roof one day.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Well,
that's when you made it.
I'm funny like that. So there's the valet, and then there's the part that walks into the casino. And so I'm going to replace all the copper. And then in the corner, right where it meets the wall, I'm going to have them etch Rain Gutter Guyz. And then I'm going to lacquer it. So forever, it'll just be an orange medallion. Just stamped and signed and delivered.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
We're starting to put gutter gates on all our downspouts, and we got the Mother's Gutters logo on it.
Okay, so what are you guys using for your gutter gates?
Yeah, gutter gate. I'll have Grant send you the guy's info.
You're talking about for the outlets, right?
Yeah, right on the bottom of the downspout elbow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super heavy duty. It's nice. It's like thick plastic, and it's keeps rodents from going under. But
got it.
We got our logo printed on it. So like now all the bottom of the downspouts, so they'll be able to remember who did the job.
That's bitching. And that's what I like being involved. Like I've done this for a long time. I've never been involved in one of these groups or, you know.
We'll hook you up with them because it's a good add-on, man. Like if you got Jobber, that should be something that you have on as an optional add-on item on every single estimate you do. Like, okay. They could opt into it, you know, and now they're $25 a piece. We're selling them for, I don't know what they cost. I have no idea. $8. I have no idea. But
what we do a lot of is, because I'm not the biggest fan of leaf filter protection. But what I like to do is put the little softballs in the outlets so they don't get clogged. Because we do a lot of the smooth, the 2x3 smooth downspouts out here.
Yeah,
stuff can get stuck in those little cuts.
You guys do a lot of the smaller downspouts. I noticed the 3-inch and 2x3. Mm-hmm. Well, bros, I got a call scheduled here in the next couple minutes, but it was good having you on here.
You as well. I love it. It was great.
A lot of us gutter guys, man, we don't know nothing about California, so it was cool to get out there and meet with you guys out there and kind of learn about that market, and still learning about it. I think it's a pretty cool market. But
well, like I told you guys got to come back out and come down a little bit further.
We will
have a boys trip. It'll be fun.
Any reason to come to California, I'm coming.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. Where's the next summit at?
It's going to be in Louisiana. Me and the partners are flying out, I think, around the 20th or somewhere around there this month, and checking out 4 different venues. We're going to make our choice.
Okay.
So it's going to be fun out there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to make it better. Every year we're trying to up ourselves. So.
Well, yeah, the place you picked in Encino was cool.
Yeah, no, we love that place. It's just 2 years. I find out that the conventions that just keep going to the same place every year, they start dying. So people want to check out different areas, and then it gives other guys that are closer to the other areas a chance to come where they might not have traveled to Atlanta. And so, I'm excited about it. So.
All right, cool. Well, sweet.
Yeah, guys. I normally don't ask, but if you guys want to go ahead and like and follow on YouTube or on Spotify and Apple, and of course we're always on Facebook Live. So, Guy, I appreciate you coming on here today.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you.
See you, brother.
You got it. Happy New Year.
You too.